Good morning. We've hit the new year. I've got a few things going on. It's a holy disaster here, but January the 1st, you're not supposed to do anything that you don't want to be doing all year long. And organizing all year long was not something I wanted to be doing. I want to be crocheting, knitting. So that's what I did yesterday. Okay. I thought I would show you a couple of things, past, present, things that I found the day before when I was rearranging some things so that we had my husband's supplies in the bedroom in a spot and also some downstairs in a spot. But I thought I would show you some of the supplies, and that should be interesting, right? I'm not going to show you everything. I'm just going to show you some of the things that the Coloplast company sent, and then what the home health nurse sent. Okay, the home health nurse, they order the supplies while you're under their care. No problem. Comes from Medline. Well, this is the box that this came in. That's skin prep. Overkill? Slightly. Okay? So, I wanted you to see that box so you could see how ridiculous that was. And I'm like, people, why didn't you just send a nice little envelope, padded envelope? Now, the Coloplast company, they send out these little kits, and they're very nice because you can hang it on the back of a door, right? And it's got some magnetic snaps, and it has a pin for you to mark you have to mark the bag where you need to cut it out. It has a convex bag, and then it has this nice little pouch where you can carry things in. And the home health nurse had told us that he would be getting a mirror that was on a stand. This is the mirror that came, and the edges are kind of sharp, but it has a magnet on the back, so you can place it, I guess, on the door of the bathroom. I don't know, but I'm not letting him use this one because he's 6'2". We have no place to put that at the moment for him to learn how to handle his bag, okay? So, because he needs to learn how to do it, which when the home health nurse came out, she goes, oh, she looked straight at me and she goes, oh, so you need to learn how to manage his bag. I looked at her and I said, no, I don't. He does. You're here to teach him. I said, I am a retired nurse. I've done bags here and there. They've been people that have been well established with their bags. I've never had any any opportunity to teach anyone, and it's been about 20 years since I've been finished with actual physical work as a nurse. So she goes, oh. I said, yeah. Because I can't be with him at school or when he's out doing something, We're not bosom buddies. His wife does have a little bit of a life. And I do have things that I am, that I need to handle with the breast prosthesis program and with the prayer shawl group. So, yeah. She goes, oh, okay, not a problem. So, because Thomas is tall, and we do not have any real mirrors in the small bathrooms that we have, I purchased him this lovely makeup. Can you see all that crap back there? I fixed him this lovely makeup dilly, and you turn it on. It runs by battery or USB. And the thing is, it tilts, so he can tilt it the way he wants to, and it'll stand. Now, he can't carry this with him, granted, but by the time he's off the blood thinner, he should be okay to use that, and I am looking to get what is that stuff called? Tool dip it to put around the edge of it. And if for those of you that don't know it, lots of times it's called tool dip, that you can get at Lowe's or Home Depot, and it's for you to be able to dip your tool in and have a soft rubber coating on the outside. So that's what I'm looking forward to do for the mirror, because the mirror is dangerous the way it is. I could crochet him a holder, I guess, but no. So that's what I'm looking to do. I have some that I've used for my beading that is called Magic Tool Dip, I think, and it is a white. And what it is so that if you're working with metal, you can put that on your pliers, your wire, whatever, so that when you're straightening the wire and everything, you don't have the scratches that come on the wire from using the tools. It's just a nicer little finish, and I have that on my tools for beadworking, those kind of things. So, that's kind of it with him. Now I'm going to show you a couple things that I found while I was clearing spots for my hubby. This one, and I don't know if you ever saw these, but these were a couple of years ago. There was this craze of taking placemats, sewing them together, putting handles on them. And I did quite a few for a friend of mine. She found quite a few. We did handles. We did some rope handles, ribbon handles, and I can't remember what else we did. But what we also did is I lined those bags with fabric. And a couple of them, I had taken this one and actually took 3 placemats and had sewed down the center and then made pockets on each side for the inside of the bag. So that was a kind of fun thing to do. And of course that was back when A.C. Moore was still alive and doing well, because they always had beautiful placemats year round. So we got into this kick of doing that, and it was kind of fun to do. And then taking some of the different types of ropes, or this is paracord, and braiding it and sewing those in for handles. That was kind of a fun thing to do. So today is a little mishmash of everything, okay? And then right next to that were some yo-yos that I had been given, and I just never did finish. And there's some ribbon in there, and there's some directions for making something. So I thought I would look through that and see if I want to continue that. I'll probably make the yo-yos. That'll be fun to do. And that was basically it for that. Some of the things that I have finished so far is well, it's not really finished. I had started a twiddle muff and got a pocket sewed on there. And the pocket, I just made a crocheted little button for it. And good thing about twiddle muffs is when you end up with all these strings, there's no weaving in. You can just leave them. That'll give them something else to twiddle with. So I've been having fun playing with some of my scraps and making a couple of twiddle muffs here and there. Now, I told you that while Thomas was in the hospital, I did a lot of knitting, crocheting hats. And I did a couple. And one of the gals, I've actually made about 6 hats. One of his nurses is pregnant and due, I think, next week. So I was knitting a hat in this yarn, which is Karen Simply Soft Saturday Nights, I think, or something like that. But I was knitting a hat, a baby hat. And she was like, "Oh, I'm going to have a boy, blah, blah, blah." So I gave her the knitted one of this. This one is crocheted, just, here, there, did some things. Knitted hat, another crocheted hat. And I gave away two more while we were in the hospital of knitted hats. So, finished items here and gone. With our prayer shawl, Pastor Susan has handed off the prayer shawl to one of the other ladies and myself, and we are co-managing the prayer shawl pretty much. Um, so we are starting for like January. We noticed when I showed you that picture of those hats and scarves that we had crocheted last minute. There's a group here. It is called the Meadows. It's in Center Hall, Pennsylvania, I believe, or just outside of Center Hall, between Center Hall and State College. And the motorcycle club each year puts together these little packets for Christmas presents because some of the kids are left there during Christmas, um, either because families are too far away or the family just can't manage them at home. It is a psychiatric facility, I believe. And so those kids, they don't really have Christmas because lots of times, the families don't have a lot of money. So what we do with the Big Twins Motorcycle Club is we put together little packets, for them. They do most of the shopping and things for the kids that are left there. But they had asked if we could add in, like 20 hats or things, scarves for boys between 5 and teen boys. And when we went looking through everything we had, there's a lot of girl stuff, but there wasn't very many boys things and very many, under teenage things. So what we're trying to do is ask our ladies each month to concentrate on a certain theme. And I think I mentioned this before. Like next month, we're asking them to concentrate on making items that are neutral, that can be used for men or women, and basically to make some scarves, hats for kids ages 5 to 20, teens. 5 to 18 teens, that kind of thing, and scarves. That's what we want to concentrate on. We'd like you to make those things in January. You know, you can make whatever you want to, but we would like for some of you to consider concentrating on those things for January. Next month we'll have a theme, those kind of things. Like in June, when I purchased the yarn for the June prayer shawl, it will be red, white, and blue because in July we want them to concentrate on bringing items that are made red, white, and blue. Uh, we are contacting some other organizations that might have some needs, that we might be able to fill. We'd like to be able to. So we're kind of doing those kind of things with the prayer shawl group, that kind of stuff. And I just thought you might want to hear and see some of that. Now, I purchased something for me. I have tried I did in Christmas, the 12 days of the coffee flavors. Well, there's one that I like by, I think it's Green Mountain, maybe Mountain Green, something like that. It's the maple pecan coffee. But I didn't want to get the K-Cups. I don't have a K-Cup maker. My husband and I think that's extremely wasteful with K-Cups because you have the leftover plastic cup, right? And so I was looking for bagged coffee in the maple pecan flavor. And I know it's a limited thing. But, of course, Mountain Green, all I could find it in was, or Green Mountain, was the K-Cups. So I did get a package of the K-Cups. And We empty those out because our coffee maker has, you can make a full pot or you can make 1 cup at a time with a pull out filter thing you put the coffee grounds into, slip it in, pour the water on one side, and make you a cup. So, I got the Starbucks Maple Pecan. Haven't opened it yet. But what I thought was funny is, look at how that came. Now you know it doesn't sit on the shelf like that. Well, they vacuum sealed it so it's nice and tight. I thought that was rather funny. Just the way it came, because I'm like, what is wrong with that bag? You know, there's certain things sometimes that make me go, huh? Now, I am going to discuss what my intentions for this year are, and then I will ask a question of you folks, you good folks, to see if any of you do this. First of all, my number one intention this year is to reduce my stash to a manageable size. I have told you before that I have totes all over this house that are just filled with yarn. And yes, they are absolutely filled with yarn all over the house. So, I want to get that down. And some of the ways that I plan on getting that down is donating to the prayer shawl group, some of those yarns, and also some future giveaways. Hope you don't mind it coming out of stash. I'm trying real hard to get this into a manageable, because I realize with Thomas's cancer diagnosis and things that are coming up, I'm overwhelmed at times by the amount of yarn in this house because I can't work through it fast enough. So I've decided this year is the year to get it down. Some of the other things I want to do, as always, are more Tunisian. I love Tunisian crochet and I don't feel like I do enough of it. So I want to do some more Tunisian projects. The other is, I have a website, ScrapTasticyarns.com. It has one entry on it, maybe two. One, and it's through WordPress, you know. And I'm not real well versed in using WordPress. When I had one previously, I used Blogspot because I found it much easier to use. So I'm in the learning process of using WordPress with this website. But I'm planning on working on it, getting it up, you know, some other things up there for that. The other thing is I'm going to work on my Nana's quilts. I don't know if I told you about my cousin sending me the quilts that my Nana had made, quilt tops. And we had discussed that we're going to do it for Sleep Project cancer units, those kind of things. So I want to work on those this year. And then apparently I went to Dana's and Dooley's Zoom meeting, New Year's Eve. And apparently I volunteered myself for something called Egg Wars with Laura of Mad Mimi's. So now I have to find a project, and I have decided on two that I think will work out well, just because it's going to be fun. And one of them, I already have the crocheted embryo of the egg finished, and I just need to do the egg to put around it. So I am planning on working on that this year, a couple of eggs. I want to do a few more quilting projects, and I think Nana's quilts will fall right into that to help me with that. The other thing that I would like to do is to learn the locking fillet crochet. I don't know if you have seen some of Jenny Rupert's finished items. They're stunning, and I would like to learn to do that. The other thing is to save for an Addy King and the Addy smaller unit. Um, so yeah, that I would like to do that because I would like to be able to get some hats really quick, those kind of things. And I know with the Addy King you can crank them out pretty fast, especially if you use the drill. That can crank them out a little faster once you get fed in. So, here comes the question. Do any of you save these itty bitty balls? Itty bitty pieces of yarn? Why do I do that? Why? Why is it not easier to just pitch it? I mean, there isn't a whole lot you can do. You can maybe knit one row or half a row of something with these. Sure, I could probably put all those together and make a hat out of them. But all those ends. I can understand saving, balls like this, leftover pieces like this. But that? Why? Why do I do that? Now, I am going to move this out so I can show you what I did New Year's Eve. This is a bag of all those scraps. And these are the bigger balls that I gathered. I am planning on working on those, getting those worked up. And then I found that I had lots of other balls, smaller sizes. Okay, like this size, or like this. So I'm going to work those up into, wait for it. The other day, there happened to be an email that came from Premier, and they had I think they called it a blanket wrap. Maybe that's the name that they called it. But it was a color block in garter stitch. I love garter stitch. God, do I love garter stitch. Why? Because there's no purling. Yes, I've learned how to do the Norwegian purl. I enjoy it, and it is going well. So, I don't mind doing the Norwegian purl, but garter stitch is one of my favorite. I think garter stitch is so soft and squishy and cushioning. So I decided that's what I'm going to do with those scraps. I'm going to make one of those. And yeah, they expect you to use, one full skein of this color, full skein of this one, another one in this one. That's not what Jane's going to do. I'm going to use all those scraps up. Why? Because I love garter stitch. So there's that. That's all in a hand basket. Because I figure I'm going to have a lot of sitting downtime while waiting for my husband to have his treatments. And since a lot of things aren't open for you to go shop or go sit and have a cup of coffee while they're waiting, I will be sitting in the car knitting or crocheting while waiting on him. Now, I haven't got my intentions moved over to my 2021 notebook, but, and the other thing is I haven't found one, I say notebook, book, to put in the intentions and then all the different things that went on during the year, just because I like to see it, not for anything else. Well, there is another reason I keep the book. It actually helps me to understand what I did last week and the week before, you know, because right now I'm not copying any of that stuff down. I don't know what I told you, what I didn't tell you. So I'm sure I'm repeating myself. Either that or I have Alzheimer's, early onset on Alzheimer's. Either way, it's fine. All right, guys, that's it for today. I just thought I would come along and do a little chit chat with you, show you some things, and ask you guys mainly, do you guys have scrap yarns like that? And you know, I always do a scrap yarn blanket, which is real easy. You just throw two colors together, like I'll do a base of black or a base of white, and with all those small balls, make an afghan, lapghan. But I thought I would do something different this year. So I'm gonna make a wrap of many colors. All right, everybody, I'll see you guys again soon. I don't know if there will be a podcast on Tuesday. Tuesday, early morning, we go to see the oncologist to talk about the plan and all the results so far and, you know, all that fun stuff. And then that following Friday, we go see the wound nurse, the wound care nurse, and that takes about an hour. And so I'm figuring about an hour, hour and a half for each of those. And of course, it's an hour there, almost an hour back. It's 45 minutes. Although, if Leadfoot gets her way, I can do it in 30. But I don't plan on doing that. Only because, you know, he's still kind of tender here and there. But yeah, that's kind of what's going on right now. But I will see you again soon. And I hope to get back to the Wadding Tarnation stories because I miss them. They make me giggle and make me think about things that are going on in the world that are like ridiculous. So everybody have a great week so far. This has got to be a better year than anything else, right? Because last year really sucked. So I'll see you guys again soon. Everybody have a great day. And remember to choose kindness always. Be kind to one another. Love one another. Oh, and let's pray for those folks that have lost people during the holidays, like Melody of Paradise Creations. I cannot imagine waking up next to your husband and having him pass away during the night when he seemed to be absolutely healthy. So let's uplift Melody in our prayers, thoughts, healing thoughts, those kind of things. And Z, she lost the old man. So my heart is breaking for these people. It just is. So let's lift each other up. See you again soon. Bye.